I'm just going to preface this video to begin with by making a clear statement. This is all bad news. There is nothing good in this video. Nevertheless, the sole purpose of it is to alert drivers, rideshare drivers, whether you're driving for Uber or Lyft, who we're up against and how difficult the fight can be. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim with a fairly distressing video. Nevertheless, I do want to bring this to you. This is incredibly bad news for drivers in one particular market, and this is what we're up against, folks. Coming straight from an article titled Youngkin Vetoes Pay Reporting Mandate for Uber and Lyft in Virginia. Now, pay reporting mandate. What the hell is that? It is exactly as it sounds. But here is the detailed description of it. Rideshare companies such as Lyft Inc. and Uber Technologies Inc. won't have to report on how fares are split between them and drivers in Virginia after Governor Glenn Youngkin, a Republican, vetoed the proposed mandate. Before we get into the politics of this shit, why the hell would somebody vote against that? Why would someone vote against Uber and Lyft having to detail how the fares are split? In other words, the passengers would know how much is going to the driver, how much is going to Uber or Lyft. The drivers would know the same information. Currently, the only party involved, there's 3 parties in every trip: driver, passenger, and the ride-sharing company. Currently, only the company has access to all the information. Yet, the drivers are referred to as independent contractors. Why don't the driver know how the money is split up? What about passengers that want to know? Perhaps a passenger wants to be informed on how much the driver is actually making because they don't believe the shit that Uber and Lyft is saying. Why would a governor vote against what is obvious transparency on how the fares are split up? This is what we talk about, folks, when we say that these politicians can be bought by the ride-sharing companies. I can't come up with a legitimate reason at all, even trying to play devil's advocate, even trying to see the other side, why it would make sense to prevent drivers and passengers from knowing how the money is split up. Why the hell would you veto that? Other than the ride-sharing companies don't done a hell of a lot for me, my administration, and my campaign, so we're going to return the favor. I don't see any other out to this. Continuing on, though, the legislation, this is House Bill 924, vetoed late Monday, would have required the companies to give drivers a weekly report showing the total fares collected on their rides, along with the dollar amount and percentage of the fare paid to the driver. The companies also would have to provide information about their decision process for deactivating or terminating drivers from their network. Another big transparency request from drivers in regards to wrongful deactivations. Why the hell did I get deactivated? What decision process was used in terminating me as a rideshare driver? This bill would have required Uber and Lyft to be transparent on why they got rid of drivers. He shot that down. Why the hell would a politician get rid of this stuff? Can you come up with any other reason other than I am on the side of Uber and Lyft? I want to do what they want. There is no benefit to drivers or passengers in this either. So just want to really bring it to you because with the fare breakdown is something drivers have been begging to know from day one, because I think we all feel confident that Uber's suggestion that they're only taking 10, 15% of the fares or whatever is bullshit. I think just about every driver out there has an issue trusting whether Uber is being honest in regards to the fare breakdown. Thanks to Governor Youngkin of Virginia, they don't have to be honest with you. They don't have to tell you. And for drivers, you'll simply never know how the fare is broke down or why you got terminated because of this one governor vetoing it. This is when we talk about, folks, I understand the passion behind going on strike, the passion behind protesting Uber and Lyft. But I'm going to tell you, folks, I've said it from day one. Who you vote for is far, far more important than going on strike. That's just my humble opinion. If we go on strike, it should be in front of the politicians. Council building, city hall, governor's mansion, whatever the case may be. That's where rideshare drivers should go on strike, because that's where this shit is coming from. Now, not to get too deep into actual political parties, but there is something I do want to say that I've brought up before, and that is I have yet to see any ordinance, any legislation, any laws being passed or bills being submitted that would benefit rideshare drivers that come from a Republican politician. Not one. And we cover every damn thing that comes up. I'm for rideshare drivers. I don't give a damn who's passing bills to help out the driver, whether it's these wrongful deactivations, being concerned with our safety because so many drivers get harmed while on the job, or a fair wage for drivers. I don't care if it comes from Republicans or Democrats. We cover it here. I have not covered a single bill signed, proposed, or even discussed from Republican politicians on behalf of drivers. It is 100% Democrats, whether it's Seattle, whether it's happening in Philadelphia, Chicago, New York, Boston, Detroit. 100% Democrat politicians have been fighting to some degree on behalf of drivers. Now, the Democrats don't always get it right either, so understand that. In Minnesota, we've covered probably 10, 15 videos at this point where both the governor and the mayor, both Democrats, have continued vetoing benefits to drivers. This is an area that is blue. It's Democrat, where the Republicans would have had a chance to shine by helping out drivers when the Democrats were failing. You know what the Republicans did in Minnesota? After the Democrats failed to prevent drivers from getting a raise, the Republicans stepped up and tried to do it also. They literally followed in the footsteps of the Democrats and also proposed a bill to block drivers from getting a raise. So not one bill favoring drivers, one piece of legislation or ordinance being passed by Republicans on behalf of drivers. Nowhere in America. I have not seen one yet. If I see it, I'll certainly submit it to you because I'm on the side of drivers no matter where it's coming from. If you have one, state it in the comments. We don't even discuss southern states in regards to benefiting drivers, whether it's Alabama or, Florida, all of that stuff down there. Nobody's doing shit for drivers. It does. Only time I mention in the southern states is somebody getting shot. It's that damn bad. But Virginia, which is what this story is about, there's no good news in this. No good news at all, because it's coming from the very top in the form of Governor Glenn Youngkin. And just to top the whole thing off, right before this governor vetoed a bill giving drivers a little bit of relief, just last week, another article titled, featuring that same governor, Virginia governor vetoes bill that would have boosted minimum wage from $12 to $15 over 2 years, saying it wasn't needed. Shot down a minimum wage increase that would have knocked minimum wage from $12 an hour to $15 an hour over 2 years. So it wasn't happening overnight. It was over 2 years. So by him shooting that bill down, he's essentially froze minimum wage at $12 an hour for the next 2 years. I understand, folks, when you wonder how the hell could minimum wage stay the same for so damn long, shit like that. He just froze it for 2 years. As long as he's governor, you're not going to see an increase. As long as he's governor for drivers in Virginia, the future does not look bright. Just wanted to bring this to you because this is the shit we have to deal with in regards to trying to get pay increases and relief from drivers, certainly with wrongful deactivations. Sorry to have to bring it to you. It's your boy Tim, as always. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll have better news in the future.